96 out of every 100 workers won't get promoted this year. That's not pessimism. That's the math. The average promotion rate in 2026 is exactly 4%. But here's what they don't tell you. Companies are still filling roles. They're just not posting them. They're doing something called quiet hiring. And if you understand how it works, you can beat the odds. Today I'm going to show you exactly how quiet hiring works, why it's replacing traditional promotions, and the 5 moves that make you the obvious choice when opportunities appear. No fluff. No motivational garbage. Just the strategy that actually works when 96% of your coworkers are stuck waiting for a promotion that isn't coming. Let's start with the numbers because they tell the real story. Promotion rates have been dropping steadily. In 2023, companies promoted about 5.2% of their workforce. By 2024, that number cratered to 3.8%. Companies got scared. Budgets tightened. The word headcount became toxic in every boardroom. Now in 2026, we're at 4%. A tiny recovery, but still historically low. That's 96 people out of every 100 going nowhere, at least officially. So what's happening? Are companies just hoarding talent and letting it rot? Not exactly. They're in what analysts call a low hire, low fire environment. They're not posting new roles. They're not laying people off. They're stuck in neutral. But the work still needs to get done. Projects still need leaders. Skill gaps still need filling. Enter quiet hiring. It's the invisible job market happening inside your own company. And most employees don't even know it exists. Here's how it works. Instead of posting a job externally, managers quietly move existing employees into new responsibilities. Sometimes they get a title change. Sometimes they don't. 79% of learning and development leaders say reskilling current employees is more cost-effective than hiring new ones. That's the engine driving quiet hiring. Think about it from the company's perspective. External hires cost money: recruiters, job ads, onboarding. Plus they're risky. Internal moves? Cheaper and safer. And here's what quiet hiring actually looks like in practice. It's not just promotions. It's lateral moves. It's temporary assignments. It's stretch projects that quietly become permanent roles. As one quiet hiring analysis put it, quiet hiring is not only promote someone, it is also move someone. The lateral path often leads to vertical growth faster than waiting in line. Companies are building internal talent marketplaces, platforms where employees can see and apply for short-term projects across departments. It's LinkedIn, but inside your company. Skills-based workforce models are replacing the old who you know system. Internal mobility is becoming measurable. Your skills are now your currency. 70% of HR practitioners say employee engagement depends on internal mobility opportunities. Companies know that if you don't see a path forward, you'll leave. But here's the problem. Only 25% of employees feel confident about their career at their current company. 3 out of 4 people have no idea how to navigate this system. That's the opportunity. When 75% of people are confused and passive, being strategic puts you in a completely different category. You're not competing against everyone. You're competing against the 4% who understand how this actually works. So let me show you exactly how to join that group. Move number 1. Volunteer for cross-functional projects. This is how quiet hiring scouts find you. When a project needs someone from another team, that's your entry point. Don't wait to be asked. Raise your hand. Say, I'd like to contribute to that initiative. Managers remember who shows up when they don't have to. Here's your script. I noticed the project with Team X. I have bandwidth and relevant experience in Y. Can I join as a contributor? Direct, specific. No fluff. Move number 2. Ask your manager directly about skill gaps. Use this exact question. What skill gaps does the team have that I could fill? This does 2 things. It signals you're thinking about the team's needs, not just your own. And it gives you a roadmap. When you know the gap, you can fill it before anyone else. Pro tip. Follow up the answer with, great, I'd like to develop that skill. Can you point me to resources or projects where I could practice? Now you're not just asking. You're committing. Move number 3. Build relationships with hiring managers in adjacent departments. These are your quiet hiring pipeline. They won't post the role. They'll think of you first. How do you do this without being creepy? Simple. Offer value first. Share an article relevant to their work. Comment thoughtfully on their updates. Introduce them to someone useful. Once every 2 months, have coffee or a quick call with a manager outside your team. Ask about their challenges. Listen. When they need someone, your name surfaces automatically. Move number 4. Track every stretch assignment and quantify results. This becomes your promotion case. Without receipts, your extra work is invisible. Create a simple document. Project name. Your contribution. Measurable outcome. Update it monthly. When opportunity strikes, you have proof, not stories. Example format. Led Q2 cross-functional pricing project. Delivered new framework adopted by 3 teams. Reduced decision time by 40%. Specific. Quantified. Undeniable. Move number 5. And this one's critical. If you take on new scope, ask for title adjustment within 90 days. Don't let quiet hiring become unpaid labor. Here's what happens otherwise. You do the work, they get the benefit, and 18 months later you're still in the same box on the org chart. Same title. Same pay. Your script. I've been performing X responsibilities for 3 months now. I'd like to discuss formalizing this with an updated title and compensation. Frame it as alignment, not a demand. Now here's a bonus insight. Your industry matters. Tech companies have a 14% promotion rate compared to the 4% average. That's 3.5 times higher. If you're in an industry with structural promotion bottlenecks, retail, hospitality, certain finance sectors, quiet hiring might mean moving companies eventually. Know your ceiling. But before you jump ship, consider this. The average salary increase at promotion is 22.3%. That's real money. And internal promotion is still the fastest path to it. External job searches take time. They carry risk. You might end up somewhere worse. Quiet hiring lets you level up without the gamble of starting over. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Critics argue quiet hiring is just unpaid scope creep. Companies exploiting workers by piling on work without paying more. And honestly, sometimes they're right. The difference between career-building quiet hiring and exploitation comes down to 3 things: compensation, title recognition, and skill development. If you're getting none of those, you're being used. Here's your gut check. After 3 months of expanded scope, ask yourself, am I getting paid more? Do I have a new title? Am I learning skills that increase my market value? If the answer to all 3 is no, you're doing charity work for a corporation. Time to either escalate the conversation or redirect your energy toward companies that actually invest in their people. But here's the flip side. When quiet hiring works right, it's actually better than waiting for a posted promotion. You get a personalized opportunity matched to your skills, vetted by people who know your work. You skip the competitive interview process where you're compared against strangers. You negotiate from a position of strength because they already know you can do the job. So the question isn't whether quiet hiring is good or bad. It's whether you understand the game well enough to play it on your terms. Let's recap the 5 moves. First, volunteer for cross-functional projects. Get visible outside your team. This is how hiring managers find you before they post the role. Second, ask your manager what skill gaps exist. Then commit to filling them. You're solving their problem while building your own career capital. Third, build relationships with managers in adjacent departments. Offer value. Stay visible. When they need someone, your name comes up first. Fourth, track everything. Quantify your results. Without documentation, your stretch work is invisible when decision time comes. Fifth, ask for title and compensation alignment within 90 days of taking on new scope. Quiet hiring only works for you if you capture the value you create. The bottom line, promotion rates are at 4%. That's not changing anytime soon. But promotions aren't the only path. They're not even the main path anymore. Quiet hiring is how companies actually move people. Lateral assignments, project leadership, internal marketplace opportunities. The real game is happening off the official job board. Your action item this week. Send 1 message to a manager outside your team offering to help with something specific. That's it. 1 message. Start building that pipeline. The 96% wait for opportunities to come to them. The 4% create them. Now you know how. Go make your move. That's your cheat code for the week. See you next time. If you want to see the data behind today's episode, check the sources in the description. The Ravio Compensation Report has especially good breakdowns by industry and company stage. Hit subscribe if you want more career strategies that actually work. No motivational fluff. Just the moves that get results. And one more thing. If quiet hiring is happening at your company, I want to hear about it. Drop a comment with your experience. What worked? What didn't? Let's share notes. Because when 96% of workers are stuck, the ones who share strategies with each other have the real advantage. Knowledge compounds. Share it. Remember, companies aren't going to hand you a promotion. They're going to quietly fill roles with whoever shows up ready. Make sure that's you. In a world where 75% of employees feel lost about their career path, having a strategy puts you in the top quartile automatically. That's your edge. Quiet hiring favors the prepared. It favors the visible. It favors the ones who understand that waiting is the slowest career strategy there is. Don't be the person who waits 2 years for a promotion that never comes, then rage quits to start over somewhere else. Be the person who made their own opportunity. Start this week. 1 cross-functional conversation. 1 skill gap question. 1 relationship outside your team. Small moves compound. The 4% know this. Quiet hiring is already happening around you. The only question is whether you'll be the one they tap on the shoulder, or the one who never knew the opportunity existed. Now you know. The rest is execution. Get after it.